This afternoon, Center Point Fire District responded to an incident involving a person hit by a vehicle on Center Point Parkway. The person doing utility work in the area suffered minor injuries and was not taken to the hospital. But this incident, not the first to happen along Center Point Parkway. Safety concerns on the road is something ABC 3340's I-Team has been reporting on for years. Tonight, Valerie Bell takes a closer look at the dangers and why some say changes are needed.
Center Point Parkway is busy. Cars constantly moving through. And people walking along the side of the road, crossing the street at all hours. But once the sun goes down and darkness falls, the parkway is left with little to no lighting, just the headlights of cars passing by. No streetlights, no crosswalks, and very few sidewalks. And people are still trying to get across. It's a problem we've reported on for years, and the concerns remain.
The bus stop is located on that side of the street and it's dark. Right there in the area is like no lights. So if you are coming up the parkway, you won't see anyone standing right there because it's so dark in the area.
It's a dangerous reality that plays out too often here. Pedestrians have been hit by vehicles along the parkway, and some have died.
You never wake up and think I'm going to get involved in an incident today. They just happen in a split second. So you constantly got to be aware and be safe and be prepared.
Since August of 2022, Center Point Fire District has responded to more than 50 pedestrians who were hit by vehicles. More than a dozen of those documented by Center Point Fire District incident logs occurred along Center Point Parkway. 2 people were struck along the parkway this year alone. The I-Team also requested data from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Their records show from February 2020 through October 2024, deputies responded 20 different times where people were hit by vehicles on Center Point Parkway.
We see statistics all the time, and these numbers continue to grow in the state and in this area. And you got to remember those statistics are people. These are our neighbors, these are our friends, these are our family. And so we do take that very serious and take it to heart. And that's why we want to continue to bring this to the attention of everyone.
We continue asking both the City of Center Point and the Alabama Department of Transportation for updates until changes are made to improve safety along Center Point Parkway.
Technically, Highway 75 going through Center Point is ALDOT's state highway, but with the city maintains it, the city looks after it. So, it's kind of a shared responsibility throughout the different agencies. We want to make it as visible and bright as possible.
Mayor Bobby Scott says adding lighting and crosswalks comes with a price tag of $1.5 million. He says the city is actively looking for funding.
Centerpoint applied for a grant in conjunction with Jefferson County called Safe Streets and Roads for All. Unfortunately, we were not successful with that grant at this particular time. That doesn't necessarily kill that particular project. We have other ideas and other organizations that we intend on working with to continue trying to get that done.
In a response to our inquiry, ALDOT issued the following statement. It says, quote, ALDOT is coordinating with the City of Center Point and the Regional Planning Commission on a study along State Route 75, Center Point Parkway, between 14th Avenue North and Dogwood Lane. The study is evaluating pedestrian safety, lighting, and access management to identify issues and develop potential improvement recommendations. Additionally, we are aware of a federal grant Centerpoint is seeking through Smart Growth America to help evaluate pedestrian mobility along the corridor. This effort will result in a plan for future consideration and will not involve immediate construction. Any recommended improvements would require additional prioritization and funding before they could be implemented. In the meantime, officials say both drivers and pedestrians need to do their part to prevent another tragedy.
Pedestrian accidents are probably one of the most preventable incidents that we respond to. Typically, someone wasn't paying attention, someone wasn't looking, or they didn't think about the environment they were in.
Center Point Fire Chief Brandon Dolan says drivers should avoid distractions like cell phones, slow down, and pay attention to their surroundings. For pedestrians, he says, avoid wearing dark clothing at night, stay as far away from the roadway as possible, and also stay alert. Some people who walk the area say they agree.
Be smart about how you walk. You still got to be wise to be aware and to be conscious of where you are and what's going on.
In Center Point, Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 I-Team.
All right, that was the I-Team.